All right, well, joining us now is another Pennsylvania Senate candidate, former ambassador to Denmark and small business owner, Carla Sands. Ambassador, welcome to the show. One of the things I found really interesting was your closing statement last night, where you said out of all the candidates that you drew the most African-American support. I knew that drew some chuckles from Kathy Barnett. So how do you back that up?
Well, Republicans reject, the politics of race, racial politics. We reject that. We want the most qualified candidate to be our next U.S. senator. And I do have the most support from the African-American community. And if she doesn't like it, that's just too bad. Facts are facts, and she can have her own opinion, but not her own facts. And we have two frontrunners in the race, as everyone knows, and they shouldn't believe the polls. Just remember, President Trump in 2016, those polls were astonishingly wrong. And we have an unbelievable grassroots game. And also we have a large support from the faith community. Over 70 pastors and churches are part of our faith coalition. But we have the two front runners. I call one of them Mitt Romney McCormick, because he'll cut deals with the Democrats and he made his billions in China. So he's compromised. He can't investigate the virus that came from China or hold communist China accountable in their global aspirations. And then we have Oz, who I call a minnow because he's MAGA in name only, minnow. And he's Turkey first because he served in the Turkish military. He didn't choose to serve in the U.S. military, even though he was born here in the U.S. He even voted in the 2018 presidential election in Turkey. It just, I found out today. Unbelievable when he said he hasn't had any political contact with Turkey. It's actually not true. He also isn't from Pennsylvania and doesn't share Pennsylvanian values. But there are two conservatives in the race, as you know. I'm the one who's going to bring the factories back and the opportunity for all Pennsylvanians, no matter their race or religion. I want to expand opportunity and turn around a Commonwealth that has been going in the wrong direction for over 40 years. My other conservative opponent lost her last race in a red wave year by 20 points to a weak Democrat. And they didn't steal the election by 20 points. And John Fetterman, the likely Democrat candidate, is a strong Democrat. I'll beat John Fetterman in November.
So, Carla, you served in the Trump administration. You were his ambassador to Denmark. He chose to endorse Dr. Oz. You mentioned the polls. I get it. I worked with President Trump on the 2016 campaign. Yes. But at the end of the day, when you look at all of them, you're consistently at anywhere between 11 and 15%. Why isn't the campaign of somebody with your background and experience catching fire?
There's been a lot of suppression of our campaign, especially in mainstream media. They really want a weak Republican. They want someone who's going to go along to get along. They're easier to control. We all know that. But Republicans in Pennsylvania really want an America First senator. They want someone who's not going to back down to the aspirations of the left, because the Democrat Party isn't the party of JFK that we grew up with. This is the party of Bernie Sanders and AOC, and they're Marxists, and they're attempting to end free speech in America right now. They even have a new Ministry of Truth proposed, in the Biden administration with that crazy woman in charge of it. So we know that we have to protect our constitutional freedoms, and I won't back down from those. I will always protect Pennsylvania, but I'll also grow, for instance, our energy sector and protect our farmers from the overreach by Biden administration's Green New Deal policies.
I want to end by asking the same question I asked to Kathy Barnett. If you are not the nominee, will you pledge to support whomever Pennsylvania voters choose as the nominee?
As long as there's no fraud involved, of course I'll support the Republican nominee. We cannot send a radical to the left of Bernie Sanders named John Fetterman to Washington to represent Pennsylvania. Okay. This is an important election. It's not an election to throw away a vote.
Good.
All right. Ambassador Carla Sands, we appreciate your time. Best of luck on the campaign trail.